So, like I said, it is now the next night, and I tried for another hour, but I couldn't figure it out. I had no clue. So, yes, I looked it up. I looked up the puzzle, and it turns out I actually had it correct. To a point. See, yeah, the Dragon Titan are battling, right? And then the Matama, so it's like the song, right? And then it turns out, because you have to actually make it like halfway between them, because it says like one of them aren't represented by the pictures. That's what he said. But I was like, but they are, and you have to fucking I mean, I guess looking at it, it kind of makes sense, but like, I don't know, man. And I believe that is the solution. Okay, or not. But it's something like that. I don't know, man. It was kind of like, like, I'm just gonna ignore it. I, you know, you know what? I'm gonna take away from that one. I think I'm a dumbass. I didn't broaden my mind enough, so to speak. But at the end of the day, it opened. So this is the Founder's Orb. We did it, son. The orb is finally ours. After an entire day. Ah. At last. At long last, the Founder's Orb is ours. It's all thanks to you, son. Well done. Then again, I expect nothing less from my boy. Oh, haha. It's no big deal, really. Don't sell yourself short. You may think it's nothing. But your insights and reasoning led us here. And I say that's truly impressive. I don't know about that one. All those battles you fought in the Quorum have shaped you into the man you are today. And I couldn't be prouder. Man, we could already. Jeez, dude. I'm gonna turn to sun-ripened tomato. This orb can finally deliver a fatal blow to the Garan regime. Ha 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 ha. So, how exactly do you plan on using it? You're not gonna try and become a spear medium, are you? Don't be ridiculous. I don't need supernatural powers like that. Well, then, are you gonna use it as a bargaining chip with the Queen Garan? Like the manage to abolish the Divine Ability Act? Well, the thought had crossed my mind, but the main thing is returning this to the Kingdom of Khura'in. After all, as a sacred life of Khura'inism, that is where it belongs. Really? That's all you wanted to do? Yep. Because my true objective here has always been to find out who asked about this study and why. I don't understand. The official story is that the orb was stolen from the Temple's treasure room. Right, I heard about that one on the news. They also say your group was behind the theft. Well, that's not good. We're probably on an international most wanted list now. Let me ask you something, Apollo. Who do you think really stole the orb? I don't have a clue. Well, I think it was one of the royals. Really? Someone from the royal family? Yep, and I've got a pretty good idea of which one it was. He knows who it is? Well, okay, share your hunch? All I'll say at this point is this. Security's pretty tight, but the royals have unfettered access to the treasure room. Plus, they seem to be turning a blind eye to the orb's loss. But why would a member of the royal family do that? That, I don't know. But whatever the reason, it can't be good. I mean, a Kyrani's royal stealing a natural treasure of such religious significance, and then pinning the crime on us, the Defiant Dragons? It's like a conspiracy or something. I agree. And if the truth were to come to light, it would be a scandal of epic proportions. To allow a foreign nation to study a treasure so sacred that is off limits to the public, it would be seen as an utter sacrilege to those who truly revere the Holy Mother. So if this were to go public, support for the Garan regime would weaken. But that's not all. This is just a hunch, but I believe there's something even bigger here. Something that would explain why the orb was being studied in the first place. Something that would shake the Kingdom of Khura'in to its very core. And I'm gonna find out what. He's probably right. His intuition's usually spot on. Why are you so bent on revolution anyway? Is it to reform the legal system in Khura'in? There's that. But I'm also doing this for my children. I want to save Nayuta. What do you mean? This is for your ears only. It's the other reason why this revolution needs to succeed. Nayuta. I thought our reunion would take place in the courtroom. Ah, so you run into each other already. Yeah, but it was like he was a different person. He used to be such a kind, cheerful kid, always smiling and stuff, but now... He tried to convict Trucy for a crime she didn't even commit. Plus, he kept telling me I had a putrid mind and to let it go and move on, shit like that. Man, has it really gotten that bad? Must be Garon's influence. It wasn't like that when he first stepped into the courtroom. Back then, he still had a keen sense of justice. I vowed to bring the Garon regime down and reform the legal system. That's what he swore to do, but that was also 5 years ago. He'd been the shining star of the Defiant Dragons, and our greatest hope. Wait, Nayuta's with Dragon? He was. These days, he's more like Garon's lapdog. Talk about a complete about-face? Why would he do that? Something must have happened to him. Something that sparked radical change. But still, I don't think he truly believes in the new path he's taken. It's not conviction that filled his heart. It's resignation and despair. I see. The only thing I know for damn sure is that Nayuta is suffering, and he's suffering in silence. Nayuta, suffering? Yep, he knows the rightful state of Kiran's legal system. But something forces him to bend to Garon's will. It's tearing him apart. But it's been 5 years. Do you really think he even still wants to reform the legal system? As long as he carries what I've taught him in his heart, I really do. The dragon never yields. That's what you always told us. Yes, I did. It's a belief I've held since back when I was a lawyer. The dragon stands at the pinnacle of the natural world. Nothing and no one can bend its will. That's why we lawyers must pursue the truth like an unyielding dragon, right? We must fight for truth to the bitter end, no matter what it takes. Durgan right. They have that much in common. That's why I held on to this badge, even though there are no more lawyers in Kiran. I believe that one day, our legal system will return to its former glory, and this badge here is a testament to that belief. Wonder if Nayuta still believes in what you taught us. He does. That much I'm sure of.
A dragon never yields.
I know that belief is etched deep into his heart. I'd bet my life on it. Let's hope you don't. After all, he is my flesh and blood. This unshakable faith and confidence. It's what draws people to him, whether they like it or not. Even people like me. You know, I remember back when we were kids, I used to say with great pride, I have the blood of the dragon within me. Yep, and that's why I want to free him. Free him from this poisonous clutches of the Garon regime. So that's your other reason for starting a revolution. Yep, and you need to smack some sense to that boy of mine. I mean, what else are fathers for? Beating ass! Ha 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 ha. I wouldn't know. Well, now that we have the orb, on to the next problem. Getting the hell out of here. Well, I'm not gonna go out the way we came, that's for damn sure. That hole we fell through was way too high to come back up to. Actually, I have an idea. The lake water tastes salty, which means it must connect to the ocean. Wait a second, you're not suggesting we swim our way out of here? That's exactly what I'm suggesting. But we have no idea how deep that lake goes. It's pitch black down there. Not a problem. How is it not a problem? I mean, how do you know if there's a real way of passage to the ocean? Well, one of us has to try, and I'm the better swimmer. Time's a-wasting. I'll be back before you know it, son. Dirk! And he's gone. Sure he knows what he's doing. 7 days. May 16th. Mount Watama, Kirani's ruins. It's been 20 minutes. I hope he's okay. What the hell's going on? Uh-oh. water. It's rising and fast. Ah! Need air. I don't know how to swim. If I don't grab on something that floats. Some driftwood over there. This is bad. I better think of something quick. I got you, my man. Let's investigate real quick though. This is not good. I was almost up to the altar. I'll be long before it reaches the cave. Hey, maybe I can use like an oxygen tank. Wait, what am I thinking? I need to stay calm and be more rational about this. He's kind of dying, but he's gonna look around real quick. The puzzle box is still at the base of the altar. That's been designed to stay put in the high tide. Wait, that's it. Dr. Buck must have gotten in here from the oceanside entrance at low tide. That's why his footprints were leading out of the lake. So it really does connect to the ocean. Not that that helps. Maybe I drown before I make it out. Let's see. It's no use. The hole's still too high up. I have to find another way. And quick before I drown. Man, I'm not gonna drown, dude. This is rated T. I mean, I guess this is a bit death, but I've got it. You've got plot armor, is what I'm trying to say. As long as you hold on to this, I suppose stay afloat. The water will stop rising. Ah, I'm getting swept away. Ah, please stop. And that was the end of Apollo. What is that? If only that bottle were a little bigger. Throw that much more air. Nah, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. You need to stop these harebrained ideas and come up with the real way to escape. And there's a hole right there. The water's almost to the top now. Just right, we're out of the breathing room. I'm fucked if I wake up. Quick. I got you, my man. The water's just high enough for me to reach the hole. I'm saved. All I gotta do is go back to the way we came. Why am I even looking all the way back up over that wall rock? What about Dirk? Huh? The hole. It's full of rubble. The tunnel collapsed about. It must have filled it in after it fell through it. Yeah. This can't be happening. No, I can't come up now. I refuse to die here. What are you gonna... The water. I can't... Apollo, what are you gonna do? I can't breathe. Is that the end? Did Apollo just die? Are they gonna pull it to be continued? Is this the end? That's what I'm asking. Dirk, I wonder if he made it out. So this is what it feels like to drown. I would have eaten that sushi if I'd known it would be my last meal. I feel like I've been through this before. Now I remember. It was back when all three of us were living in that shack in the mountains. Nayuta and I were playing by the riverside when we got swept up in the rapids. Is his life flashing before his eyes? Ah! Ah! I thought we were goners, but then... Nayuta, Apollo, hold on, I'm coming. Is that how he's gonna save you this time? Wow, wow. Ha 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 ha. That was a close one. Thought I lost you to you. I'm sorry, Dirk. Alright, that's enough now. I teach you that boys don't cry. Thank you, Father. You could have been killed. But you risked your life to save us. Why? What a dumbass question. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Aida, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Got it? Apollo, you might want to call. Hey, Dirk. This isn't forever, right? You'll bring me back from America someday, right? Of course. I can pick you up as soon as things settle down here. Promise. Okay, you promised. Dirk, I waited and waited for the day you'd come and take me home. But you never came. That's why I tried to forget about you. My life back in Kurine. Dirk, why? Why didn't you? Oh, Apollo. Apollo, can you hear me? That was an actual cough. Dirk? Still can't swim, huh? You came back? But why? I said I'd come for you, didn't I? Yeah, but you can't hold me and swim. We're both gonna... Shut up. You'll bite your tongue. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let me pull a litter. What's going on? Why is this happening? Oh, this black screen. Can I see something, bro? May 16th, unknown location. Where? Oh, you finally came to, son. Get your fill of seawater. Good thing your name's not Neptune, eh? Ha 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 ha. Dirk? You're telling me, check it out, snot's coming out of this nigga's nose. What a miraculous escape. Not even some of those escape artists greats could pull that off. But what the fuck just happened? Sorry it took me so long, son. I made it to the ocean, but I figured you still couldn't swim, so I found a local fisherman and had him take us near the Undersea Cavern. Tied a rope to me and I came out and grabbed you. Then he yanked me back. Oh, so that's what pulled us with such force. Don't forget about me. I assisted in your escape back too, Polly. I've helped compatriots escape from all sorts of places. Mountain jails, island prisons. But Undersea Cavern? Now that was a first. Dirk, he risked his life for me. Dirk, I'm only alive because of you. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I, just, you know, did what any father would do for his son. See my life yet again. Guess seawater doesn't make much for a meal. It's cause Polly didn't have any sushi. Oh, yeah. Haven't eaten anything since morning. Oh, that's right. Yo, AJ. Where can I buy this for you? I might be hungry. Ready to have something this time around? Fuck yeah. Ha 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 ha. Glad you approve. That's the King of our Lions laugh, by the way, from Wind Waker. When he turns around and he goes, ha 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 ha. Dirk used to slice up the fish he caught, and we eat him all. We all eat fresh sashimi. Sashimi? He used to talk about all the vitamins and mineral packs in the raw fish. Yo, by the way, let me see that orb, AJ. There you go. Whoa, so that's what it looks like. You found the legendary treasure? Nice work, Polly. Yeah, thanks. I guess you could say, mission accomplished. With the orb, our revolution can take a big step forward. Let's celebrate the eve of our revolution. We'll get all dressed up and feast till dawn. Yeah, now you're talking. Time to party. After all that, bitch, I just want to go to bed. Sure wish Aida was here. Maybe one day we'll enjoy times like these together again. The revolution. If we can bring back those happy days, you can sign me up for. Sorry to interrupt your little party, but I'm here for my crystal. Right, left, halt! Oh, it's him again. Well done. It's him again. I always knew you could do it. After all, we politicians must be excellent judges of character. Still, I'm impressed you both made it out alive. Wait a second. You're the one who showed us into that pit? It sounds so bad when you say it like that. All I did was give you a little nudge in the right direction. So, it was you. You motherfucking piece of shit. Ah! Don't look at me like that. The crystal of Mifei is mine. I hand it over. Oh, my dead motherfucking body. Yeah! Detective, help! Yeah, I know. Ima? What's going on? He filed a police report. He claims you're trying to steal his family heirloom. That's him. The one with the long hair. Arrest him this instant. He's the thief that made off with the Addison family's most precious heirloom. Well, I suppose I should ask you to come in for questioning. Down at the police station? I think I'll pass. After all, Mr. Ashton seems bent on having me arrested of theft charges. Shit, this isn't good. Dirk gets arrested and be sent back to Carine to face execution. Sorry, but now that I know you have a crystal, or orb as you call it, I must insist. Will you please come with me, sir? Hold it right there. Ima, I'm afraid I can't let you take Dirk in. He received the orb from Dr. Buff in a perfectly legal transaction. Is that so? Can you prove it? Of course! This should sufficiently prove that the orb now belongs to Dirk. The transfer agreement, which I don't exactly know how official it is, but take a look at this agreement. What do we have here? Let's see. I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to Defying Dragons if I will come to no harm. Appears to be a legal agreement. Okay, not so fast. He said, hold it! That's not the Founder's Orb. It's the Crystal of Mifei, which means their agreement is now null and void. Oh, this is going more fast. You could say that again. Then we'll just have to go to trial. Right, Apollo? But, Mr. Wright? I'm not calling you that, bro. Actually, what's with you two? Look, you just saw a ghost. Oh yeah, you mentioned she had seen him around. Well, what are you doing in Carine Village, right? Mr. Ashton has retained me as his lawyer. Wait, you're his lawyer? Am I going to get this thing in the hands? Wait a minute. Hold on, can I show my badge? I think you have more pressing things to ask me about. I guess you're right. Okay. Mr. Wright, why are you serving as Mr. Ashton's lawyer? Because he hired me. He needed my help in getting family heirloom back from Dr. Buff. And it seems he correctly foresaw that something like this might happen. It's because those shifty insurgents were harassing Dr. Buff. So I might need a lawyer if things went south. I figured with a celebrated lawyer like Phoenix Wright, I couldn't go wrong. So she came back from Carine for, right? It was just good timing. My work over there just happened to wrap up, so here I am. Plus, Mr. Ashton is a very important client. They know each other? But I've never heard Mr. Wright mention his name before. Mr. Wright, are you sure this is Mr. Ashton's family heirloom? And that's my client's assertion. He says it's the crystal of Mifei. Apparently, it's a crystal she wants to use when channeling spirits. Who's Mifei? She brought Carine's challenge to Japan, and her descendants fight here. Her true origins are still rather murky, but what's clear is that she is a founder of the Carine channeling technique. Oh, so she's like one they call the founder in Carine, the Holy Mother. Or, here in Compton, the OG. Apollo, I don't plan to betray my client's confidence. I may not know all the facts yet, but I do know we won't be handing the crystal over to you. What? Are you saying... I'm really sorry it came to this, but... Mr. Wright, I don't understand. Let me spell it out then. If you continue to claim that the crystal belongs to your client, then I'm gonna have to beat the brakes off you. What? What's gotten into you, Daddy? Nothing. This is strictly business. Two lawyers from the same firm facing off. What are the odds? Lucky for me, I believe I have the right man for the job. Ha 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 ha! Whatever you're going to do, remember, he is your boss. How did it come to this? Mr. Wright, please, don't do this. Apollo, there's no point in arguing about it here. When it's now clear, we're headed to court. That's where we'll find out who the crystal really belongs to. I don't believe it. Am I really gonna face Mr. Wright in court? Buddy, Apollo, no! We can't have our agency talent competing against each other. It's too late, Tracy. The die has been cast. We each have to fight for our client's best interests. But... So, what's it gonna be, Apollo? Are we gonna have to settle it in Smash? I need to battle Wright in court? The legendary Phoenix Wright? The nigga who went on 3 games? I'm more concerned about, are we gonna be prosecuting for the first time in the series? No matter how many trials of his I watched. No matter how dire the situation, he's always pulled out a win in the end. That's true. Technically, I think he has a perfect win streak. Can I do it? Can I really take on a man whose footsteps I've been following in? I mean, technically Apollo does too, but... I owe it to Dirk to at least try. What do I do? We're throwing in the towel, bro. There is not a person on the planet who could take on the Ace Attorney. I mean, I can't do this. I mean, how can I go up the nigga? The Hood Attorney. The Ace Attorney. I couldn't possibly win. But do I really want to give up without a fight? If I do, I'll be forever walking in his shadow. Like you'll ever surpass him. Plus, I'd be letting Dirk down. And I can't let that happen. There's no turning back now. If it's a trial you want, right? I'm more than happy to oblige. I'm ready to fight for my client. Even if it means facing off against you. Alright. I won't be pulling any punches either, Apollo. The kid gloves are officially off. May the best attorney win. Alright. Whoa, whoa, whoa! First Daddy, now you? Polly, you're not seriously... Sorry, Tracy, but I have to do this. Apollo. Alright then, I better go prepare for tomorrow. See you in court. But don't you... Daddy, no, wait! Aren't you guys in the same office? You're gonna be like... Whatever. Well, what if I mess up gotten you into, son? Well, the lawyers we could have faced had to be him. This nigga's practically a celebrity in Kirai now. They're calling him the Fighting Phoenix. I'll be fine. After all, I'm a long way too. Who knows? I could even end up winning. There's always a chance, right? You know, this may be a blessing in disguise. If the trial proves that we found is indeed the Founder's Orb, then whoever asked Dr. Blunt to study it may be revealed too. There's our chance to finally pull them out of the shadows. The first step of your revolution, eh? Yup. Revolution to restore Kirai to its former glory and save Nayuta's soul. Dirk, I swear to fight as hard as I can in the court to make that a reality. We're gonna win this one, you'll see. I know you can do it. Son. You better not beat Wright. No one beats Wright. Doesn't matter how we go against Mr. Wright. I'll have to win this for Dirk. And for Nayuta. His salvation, along with all Kirai, depends on it. Wasn't Edward... Whatever. To be continued. Alright, the legend continues yet as the Hood Attorney faces off against the Ace Attorney. I'm recording this, immediately after the previous episode. but I can't. I'm too excited to see what's going down. May 17th, 10:08 a.m. District Court, Defender Lobby, number 3. Is the scene still lost? Freaking LAX? Just so you know, I'm not gonna take sides. Message received, loud and clear. Good, because I don't like this one bit. You and I should be on the same team. Sorry, Tracy. Wow, she's really mad. I'm sorry too, little lady. It's all my fault. I don't know why Sprite's so funny. I'm just she looks like an old lady when she gets mad. I'm just worried things will never be the same between Daddy and Apollo. If they go through with this. Is that all? Well, I wouldn't worry about that. That's the way it is with us men. We may fight, but we don't burn bridges. Facts. Really? Sure. One minute we're trading blows, and next we're having drinks together. We're simple creatures at heart. Ha 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 ha. I sure hope you're right. Sorry I'm late, Apollo. Athena, there you are. What happened with you and Mr. Right yesterday? About that. I ended up going to the wrong airport. I was waiting there thinking this flight was really late, and before I knew it, I dozed off. By the time I woke up, it was already dark. I figured some dumb shit like that would happen. Being late and dozing off are two things you do best. Guilty as charged. Well, I think I have no idea what today's case is about. Not a clue. Sorry. What is today's case about, if I might ask? Another locked room mystery? A suspect with a flimsy alibi? Oh, or a dying message. Sorry, strike 3, you're out. It's a civil case. A civil case? You ask if I'm speaking Swahili here. Swahili? It's just the right ending agency specializes in criminal law, or so I thought. In civil cases, there are no prosecutors, right? Instead, both parties retain an attorney. Right. And the other attorney is someone you know very well. Really? Who? The trial will begin shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom at once. Oh, so that, okay, so it's a civil case, that makes sense. Alright, let's do this. Apollo, wait. Who's the other attorney? And where's Mr. Wright? No time to explain. Let's go. Okay. Right behind you. I want to play as Phoenix. Phoenix better beat the brakes off me, bro, I swear. May 17th, 10:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 6. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise, motherfuckers. Court is now in session. Oh, is this some sort of practice session? A mock trial, perhaps? No, it's not, Your Honor. It's the real deal, Your Honor. So then you two have, had a falling out. I won't have you using my courtroom for that, you know. It's nothing like that, Your Honor. Exactly. It just so happens that we have different clients in this case. I see. Well, here's to hoping this has no adverse effect on your working relationship. You can say that again. I had no idea we'd be going against the boss today. Ah, you sure this is a good idea, Apollo? What, you want to switch sides? Honestly, I'd be anywhere but right here right now. Well, at least she is here. I'm gonna need her help. Mr. Justice? Yes? Don't expect me to point any punches just because you're the opposing lawyer. As I said, the kid gloves are off. And come what may, they'll stay off. Yeah, same here, right? If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Oh my god, that's the weird too, man. They're facing on. Yeesh, you guys are really chomping at the bit, aren't you? I don't mind a good fight between co-workers, just keep this case civil. Alright then, if the plaintiff would take the stand, we may begin. Right, left, halt! I have room for this big ass thing. Noble judge, members of the gallery, good day to you. I am Paul Addison. This is but the start of my epic campaign, and you all have the honor of witnessing it. I believe the youth of this country are our very future. Too long have they been locked down, looked down upon, and given the cold shoulder. So, to them I say, ask not what you can do for your country, ask what you can do for me. Mr. Addison, what is that crazy contraption you're writing? It's my custom-made election-winning campaign mobile. Beautiful, isn't it? You're at a witness stand, nigga, not a campaign podium. So come out of that bitch, assistant. Alrighty then. Will the plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Wright, please explain the complaint filed against the defendant? Mr. Ashton's complaint against the defendant is simple. The defendant, one Dirk Sadmati, stole my client's family heirloom, the crystal of a Mifei. Mr. Ashton immediately seeks his return. This wouldn't have happened if that archaeologist hadn't kicked the bucket. I see. Lord Milling Justice, let's have your opening statement if you would. Alright. The defendant... It's weird because I both give him the exact same voice, which is my normal voice. The defendant asserts the item in question is a Founder's Orb, a sacred relic from Kirine. Alright then. It seems someone asked an archaeologist, Dr. Archie Buff, to study the orb. Dr. Buff determined that it was a Kirinese national treasure known as the Founder's Orb. The very orb that was stolen from a treasure room in Kirine several weeks ago. Well, yes, I did see a news report about that. The theft of the Kirinese national treasure caused quite an uproar in the kingdom. No. Well, we believe that it was not, in fact, a theft in the traditional sense, but rather that it was spirited out of justice by someone for Dr. Buff to study. You don't say. And around that time, an acquaintance of the defendant learned of Dr. Buff. He made contact with the doctor, who agreed to hand over the orb. Apparently, the doctor wanted nothing to do with it once he learned it had been stolen. Looks like you even have a transfer agreement between both parties. Mr. Sadmati also agreed to return the Founder's Orb to the King of Kirine. Once the doctor verified it was a real thing. Ah, I see. So this dispute centers on whether the item in question is the Founder's Orb or the crystal of a Mifei. That in turn will determine the object's rightful owner. I better bring my A game. Going against Mr. Wright won't be a walk in the park. Now that I think about it, the name Dirk Sadmati sounds awfully familiar. But I can't recall where I've heard of it. Oh, it's probably imagination, Your Honor. He's just a tourist after all. Imagination, you say? You sure about this, Apollo? He's a wanted criminal in Kirine, isn't he? In Kirine, yeah. Here he's just a tourist. Alright then, let us begin the proceedings. Bailiff, bring in the first witness. Wait, so what witnesses are there? Is that Pearl? No. No, it's Ema. Ema? Show some manners, we're in court. Yeah, I know, it's just... This is a civil trial, so I was surprised to see a detective take a stand. I had to do some digging on Dr. Buff. What for? You disappoint me, Apollo. First, didn't you just say we're in court? And you... Okay. First, you know I'm not a detective. I'm a forensic scientist. Do try to remember that. Second, you almost ran an apology. After all he's done for you, you have some damn nerve. Well, first, I'm sorry. And second, I'm really just trying to do my job. You'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Take some advice from someone who's been there. Why do I feel like I'm on trial here? I mean, you're in a trial. Detective Sky, your testimony, if you please. Okay. I'm actually going against this nigga. Alright. The police have had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time, and just today, a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in the study. Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that was stolen from the Fey clan. It seems the doctor would do anything for the study artifacts, including steal them. As for the relic at the center of this dispute, he likely stole from Asian Renaissance. The doctor is a thief? Why am I just hearing about this now? Well, cat burglar isn't something you'd put on his resume, you know. He's more careful than that. But the fact is, he was a classic treasure hunter. A treasure hunter, eh? Like people who have their thrilling adventures in exotic places, risking life and limb for glory? Yeah, I doubt he's that star of his own hit movie series, like Indiana Jones. Yeah, I have respect for the dead. I will say Dr. Buff wasn't doing it to get rich. Apparently, he only wanted to borrow artifacts to study them. He would then return them as soon as his research was finished. According to the doctor's child, he would even repair or restore some of the artifacts he stole before returning them. He believed he was honoring the dead by discovering their history through artifacts. But whatever lofty ideals he held, it makes no difference. Larceny is larceny. Yes, he certainly sounds no different from a regular thief to me. Okay, so let's say for a moment that the doctor really did moonlight in stealing artifacts. Might he not have stolen the Founder's orb and carried it and brought it back here himself? Nope. There's no record of him traveling overseas for the past few years. Plus, he couldn't very well leave the reclusive child at home all alone. Then this must really be the crystal of Mifei. Yes, he stole from the Artisan residence, probably so he could study it. This looks like I did not need. Yo, I bet you never saw that coming, Apollo. Yeah, when Mr. Rice said that kid goes wrong, he wasn't kidding. Justice, you know what's crazy? How come whenever I play as Phoenix, he's never disappeared, right? Crazy. But all of a sudden I gotta go up against him and he's got everything covered. Like, bro, what? It's all good. How exactly did Dr. Buff arouse the suspicion of the police anyway? Chalk it up to good old-fashioned sleuthing. As the investigating countless artifact thefts over the past few years, the police finally zeroed in on him, and the doctor became the prime suspect. A number of the artifacts thefts occurred in Crane Village, 2 might be added, and they started right around the time the doctor moved there. But he was never arrested. I take it there was nothing concrete linking to a crime? Nah, which is why we were never able to get a search warrant in the first place. Hard to arrest artifact thieves unless you catch them red-handed. Still, the police have him under constant surveillance. Are you sure these allegedly stolen artifacts are the real deal? They're not fakes, that's for sure. The Discern, for example, apparently is an extremely intricate work of art. Its design, cracks, and features would be impossible to replicate perfectly. Now, actually, I've had a few run-ins with that urn myself, so I'll have to see it there in Doctor's study. I can say without a doubt that that urn was stolen from the Fey clan. I can too. I see. Were any other stolen artifacts found besides the one belonging to the Fays? Yep. For instance, remember the large relief on the wall? It was chiseled out of some ancient ruins in the Kingdom of Khura'in a couple years ago. Chisel out? Didn't that damage it? Well, he did restore the parts that were so faded you could barely see them anymore. Seems he intended to return someday, so one could say his intentions were good. But good intentions aren't a get-out-of-jail-free card, that's a fact. If I can add, with respect for the deceased, the quality of the restoration was apparently exceptional. Seems the doctor invested a lot of money in hiring an extremely talented specialist. Sounds like a good man. Took a wrong turn somewhere. Guess Sarge takes after him that way. It's not looking good. Had these alleged thefts been going on for some time? At least 5 years, as far as we could tell. All the recent thefts have been local, but before moving to Khura'in Village, they've been stealing from ruins around the world. Dr. Buff was an international criminal? This data lends itself to one conclusion. Dr. Buff was the thief. You claim he stole a family heirloom from the Addison residence, but claiming something doesn't make it true. Unfortunately, it is true. How can you be so sure? A police report was filed concerning the theft 1 year ago, in fact. What? A whole year ago? August 25th of last year to be exact. The report states, and I quote, "The crystal of Mi Fei was discovered to be missing in the Ashton storehouse at 10 a.m. The storehouse lock had been picked." Signed, Paul Ashton Wilkerson. Well, a year-old report certainly lends the plaintiff's claim credence. The doctor could really have stolen the crystal of Mi Fei. Not only that, Your Honor, but the founder's orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago, nearly a year after the crystal's theft was reported. Therefore, I believe we must consider the orb and the crystal to be two separate items. Paul Ashton Wilkerson. Not the most awesome, awe-inspiring tail end, is it? See why I cut it. Nothing inspires confidence without it. Still, I'd probably do the same in his shoes. Police report was filed about the crystal's theft a year ago, but the theft of the founder's orb was only reported a few weeks ago. So the crystal police report was filed way before the orb was missing. That suggests the stolen relic of the crystal. No, is the crystal of Mi Fei, as Mr. Addison asserts. That the police report is a fake. After all, Ima is the one who submitted as evidence. But still, the fuck should we learn about that police report and it's important somehow. Paul, I was thinking, the plaintiff's legal name is pretty distinctive. Paul Ashton Wilkerson. Really evidence way to initials of his name. If the doctor stole a relic from Mr. Addison, then there's one thing the doctor did that doesn't make any sense. Especially Paul Addison 1% was definitely something for the stolen relic. Oh, look! He's sending an email to Paul Addison Wimperson or whatever. PAW7111.
Objection!
Fuck off me. The doctor stole a relic from the plaintiff? Are you sure? Because that statement doesn't add up. What do you mean? Take a look at this. What about it? It contains an email from the doctor's computer. Email? An ugly piece of plastic? No. I'm afraid I don't understand. Oh, this stick here can store all sorts of computer data. I still don't get it. Look, bitch, just look at it. Apparently, the doctor was reporting his research findings to a certain individual. Now, take a look at this. It's the police report Detective Sky presented to this court. You can see the plaintiff's legal name on it. Paul Addison Wilkerson. I can see why he dropped 1% from his name, but that's probably breaking news. Look closer, Your Honor. His initials! Uh-huh. Exactly. The plaintiff's full legal name is Paul Addison Wilkerson. Now, consider this. The email's recipient address starts with 3 letters. P-A-W? Ah! Don't tell me. Oh, but I will anyway, bitch. The individual who hired the doctor to study the disputed item is none other than Paul Addison Wilkerson himself. Wait, that means... Exactly. He wouldn't have asked the man who stole his family heirloom to study it. Therefore, how the fuck could this possibly be the crystal of Mi Fei? Ah! Oh shit, that's going to be the crystal of Mi Fei. Oh my god, he asked the doctor to study it. We never checked the doctor's emails. We couldn't figure out the password to begin with. To begin with his computer. The plaintiff willingly let the orb in the doctor's care so he could study it, at the behest of his benefactor. Wait, then what about the police report? I have all the details of the theft right here. It's probably for another relic, the real crystal of Mi Fei. He's just using the report as a way to claim that our orb is actually a stolen crystal. And how are you so certain that PAW refers to my client's initials? Maybe the aim was thinking was a dog lover. Perhaps. So let's get to know your client a little better, shall we? Mr. Paul Ashton. This dude. I suppose showing them the track is all part of Poston's job. Answer me this, Mr. Addison. What is... Why would I... Would one of these relate to, like... Oh, his birthday, if it's June 11th. If it's June 11th... What is your birthday? My birthday? It's July, fucking July. Look, ayo, I meant July, alright? They both have a J and a Jew. I mean, a Jew. I have no idea what's wrong with me. My birthday is July 11th, but what's it to you? Oh, I see. You can address birthday gifts to my office. But full disclosure, I only accept gifts valued at $1,000 or more. Oh, why is everyone gone silent? How can anyone be that self-centered? Oh, you're right, politician. Did everyone hear that? He said July 11th. July 11th, or rather 711, matches the numbers in the email address. Both name and birthday are a match. I hardly think that's a coincidence. Wait, why are you sneaky, mother... Looks like someone finally decided to join the conversation. Would the plaintiff care to explain? I would like to say that is quite what, bitch? Quite a thing you said. Any other thoughts? No further comments. I stand on my previous statement. Bitch, bring that ass back here. You can't just walk away. Even politicians have to explain themselves in a court of law. I'm afraid some we don't know how it happened. I can't possibly explain matters outside of my purview. Perhaps it was a mistake on the part of my secretary. Oh, no, you don't, you motherfucker. Right, would you care to respond? I won't argue your assertion. My client lent a treasure in question to the doctor and asked him to study it. Alright, looks like that much is a fact. Now we're getting somewhere. However, it has no bearing on the issue of ownership. How so? Mr. Addison, I fully understand your position here. You had to hide the fact that you sent that crystal out to be studied. Your family would have been very upset if they found out. It's family heirloom after all. You've got to be joking me. Mr. Wright is, well, right, of course. But then he always is. That's why he's my lawyer. The crystal is a precious Addison family heirloom, and has been for centuries. But Dr. Buff was so eager to study its proud heritage, I just couldn't say no. I didn't even tell my grandfather. But in order to win back the backing of your so-called benefactor, you were going to give what you claimed to be the crystal for me, Faye, to that person. You were going to give a precious family heirloom away, just like that? I was going to explain everything to your grandfather later, honest. My client's grandfather is very proud of his grandson for following in his footsteps. And if refusing him would have meant dashing the dreams of his darling grandson, I doubt the kind old man could have said no. Well, grandchildren might be spoiled. That's what grandfathers are for. Your Honor, please. I mean, it's been centuries. My grandfather thinks highly of my talents as a politician. That's why he's entrusted me with this very important name placard today. Nice smart. Abe Addison? So I'm sure he would have been okay with me using crystals I saw fit. Gah. Grandpa spoiled little brat. I think the judge is buying it, Apollo. No surprise there. He's always going on about his own grandchild after all. Excuse me, can I leave now, Mr. Wright? believe my work here is done. By all means, Detective Sky, thank you for your assistance. You're welcome. Nice to testify as a civil trial once around. See you later. Huh. Oh, but the facts have changed somewhat. Mr. Ashton Wilson apparently lent his family heirloom to Dr. Buff. Mr. Justice, how would the defense like to proceed? Oh, alright, now what? Paul, let's hear what they know about the so-called Crystal of Mi-Fei. Maybe we can find some inconsistencies in their testimony. Alright then, Mr. Wright. If the item in question really is an Addison family heirloom, then let's hear all your client knows about it. Alright. Mr. Addison Robertson? Please tell the defense everything you know about the crystal's origin. Alright. Now then, listen and learn. This is the tale of the Crystal of Mi-Fei and the illustrious history of the Addison clan. Are you ready? Our story begins back in the old country where the Addison family reigned supreme. It's like some RPG story and shit. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Mi-Fei gave the crystal she had specifically made for him as a gift. I'm a descendant of that great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. Well, that devolved into a great load of self-agonizing propaganda fast. As you can see, the Crystal of Mi-Fei is an heirloom of the esteemed House of Addison. And you have proof that it always has been in the Addison family. Yeah, I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My client's neighbor, one Ives Shinedo, age 85, gave the following statement. The Addison showed me the crystal back when I was but a lad. Objection! Can we really trust the memory of an old man? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain that statement to the judge? Okay, that was dirty, Phoenix. Oh, I didn't mean... What I'm trying to say is... never underestimate the memory of your elders. I may forget my verdicts the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day. Therefore, I find Mr. Ivashino's statement to be perfectly credible. Bullshit. Whoa, you know Wright got the judge on his side? That's the weird trick I want on my sleeve. You're not helping, bitch. Okay. The object you set down there is something of importance to you. It is a name placard. The one here belongs to my grandfather, Abraham Addison. Get a custom made during his distinguished political career. Especially because it was crafted from the finest Italian plastic. There's no way that Italians are famous for fine plastic. You can touch it if you want. No, bitch, I'm good. Alright then. So I take it the relationship with the Fei clan was a close one. A smooch and open line of communication. Smooth, I mean. With my entire electorate. That is the Paul Addison way. What? Sorry, I was asking about your ancestor. What's about me and my ancestor? Feel free to ask me anything you like. Transparency in government, that is the Paul Addison way. I'm like dodging questions, bitch. Thanks, I'll be sure to ask when I have something to actually answer. Humans were targets of discrimination. Yeah, some people even treated them like they were monsters. The transformation the mediums underwent when channeling spirits frightened locals. And then there was those who tried to use them. When they sought to control the channeling powers of the mediums. Discriminating against a minority is absolutely despicable. A vote for me is a vote to end discrimination. I vowed a root. You said, spirit channeling lives matter? That's what I promise to you. Still ignoring your questions. Thanks for figuring the crystal. You said she had it made, so then it was made Japan. That's right. They say she hired a famous craftsman to make it. And they say it's quite valuable too. And you were gonna take such a priceless family heirloom and just give it to your patron. That's so typical of you ignorant common niggers. Making difficult decisions when the chips are down is what being a politician is all about. But only when it's in service of your own political career, you mean. Because it's a testament to my answer's remarkable achievements. And furthermore... So tell me, Additional person, are you famous in Kurain Village? You could say that, but I found popular to be rather amusing. Amusing? Yeah, my campaign posters keep going missing as soon as I put them up. My avid supporters and CMO fans are likely to take them home to hang in their bedrooms. I guess ignorance really is bliss. I'm sorry, but is any of that relevant to the issue of the Rogue's rightful owner? Have you never heard of Kingcraft? Kingcraft? It's the art of ruling as a king. My father drilled it into my head from a young age. And one of its precepts states, ruin awaits a ruler who responds to every single issue posed by the masses. Well, to answer my question about what he meant by king of the nation, progress. Who is Amife anyway? I believe she was the founder of Kurain Channel Technique. The plaintiffs claimed she had the crystal made for his ancestor. I mean, it was made in Japan, right? Yeah, I suppose it would.
Objection!
Whoo! Oh my god, the song. You stated that Amife had a crystal made for your ancestor. So, am I to assume that it was made in Japan? That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable. Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there. What are you talking about? It's quite obvious to take a closer look at this. Is this letter mark down here, I think? No. Wait, what proves the orb wasn't made in Japan? Oh, the markings, the crystal, the fucking markings. Take a look at the distinctive design here. According to Dr. Buff, it's a Matama motif dating back to the early days of the Kingdom of Kurain. The Kingdom of Kurain, eh? And he based this on... Here. This piece of evidence, Your Honor. These are the doctor's research notes on the Founder's Orb. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. It features the same pattern as the one found in the orb. Oh, they do look the same pattern. Therefore, I assert that the disputed item must have been made in the Kingdom of Kurain. Ah! Yeah, my placard!
Objection!
The Kurain Channel Technique originated in the Kingdom of Kurain. And Amife is known to have traveled there to train. With that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her?
Objection!
But since this is clearly Kurain's design, not even you can deny the possibility that it was made there, in the Kingdom of Kurain.
Objection!
Anything's possible to some extent. That doesn't make it true. You can't conclude that the orb is from Kurain based solely on the pattern. If it were that simple, I could just easily say it's Japanese. Whoa, shit, he doesn't like to say it's Japanese. Is it Amife? Right? I don't know. I've always been calling her Amife, and I might have been butchering it the entire time. I have to agree with Right. The pattern alone doesn't prove anything. But that also means there's no basis to claim that the item in dispute was made in Japan either. Just right. We're going nowhere fast. Gah, he's right. We're just spinning our wheels here. I wonder if you have anything evidence that could break the stalemate. Looks like I could break the stalemate, eh? Something that proves without a doubt it was from Kurain. I want to say we don't, but that's just because I can't think of any. But knowing this game, there probably is something. But I I honestly don't think I have anything to break this stalemate. So I'll just say no, and if not, I'll just take the freaking penalty. There doesn't seem to be anything we can use. At least not at this point. Well, unless we can find something, we're fucked. Just you taped it up. Whew. That's much better. What's the deal? I have a suggestion. Let me consider this from a different angle. I'm listening. What if the Defiant Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic? If I don't know where you're going with this, you're right. Consider the Orb Transfer Agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. What if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? That would render the agreement null and void. What are you suggesting, right? Well, you were on your little cave expedition. I was investigating Dr. Buff's accident. And there was something you overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been murder. What? Murder? Oh shit, this nigga could have gotten murdered. Oh snap. Mr. Wright, you do realize such statements are not to be taken lightly. Are you suggesting the doctor was murdered by Defiant Dragons? Yes, but follow me on this for a second. The books that came tumbling down were from the archaeology shelf. However, among that mountain of books was a single volume of psychology. What's more, there was some blood on it. And you feel this is important because the books that came tumbling down were from the top shelf, the archaeology books. Right, so it makes sense. It's like, I get it. I get what you're saying. We know this because the doctor's books are meticulously organized by subject. Archaeologists took up the entire shelf, so that psychology book is completely out of place. Now that I think of it, the shelves were arranged quite carefully. Plus, we're familiar that psychology books only take up a tiny part of the bottom shelf. You might wonder why a book on psychology was found amid a pile of archaeology books, but I believe I can explain what that single out-of-place book was doing there. The doctor was struck from behind while selecting a psychology book from the shelf. And that's when the blood got on the book? Precisely. And to make it look like an accident, he was buried under a mountain of archaeology books.
Objection!
Wait a second. This is all speculation, right? Or you have proof that it was a murder? Of course I do. You do? On a hunch, I had Detective Sky examine the doctor's head wound. She found that he'd been struck by the corner of some object or another. Wait, what? A wound like that couldn't have been resulted from the fall to the floor, you know. Do you get what I'm saying, young Justice? Dewey makes it crystal clear that Dr. Buff was murdered. Get it, Crystal? What? Well, that was unexpected. Who'd have thought we'd break out of the stalemate like this? He pulled the ladder right from under us. Still though, if he thinks that's enough to make me back down, he's got nothing coming. Even if the cause of death was murder, what makes you think it was the Defiant Dragons? You should know better than to hurl baseless accusations. Baseless? Boy, your head is baseless. That was a callback to the very first case. Oh my god, I can't remember that. You should forget who you were up against, young Justice. Huh? You didn't actually think I'd come to court without witnesses and evidence, did you? What are you talking about? You always do. I'd like to request further testimony from the plaintiff. Specifically, I'd like the court to hear how he saw one of the rebels leaving the crime scene. He saw what? Oh my god, he saw the crime scene. Oh my god. If we can prove it was murder, then that's the end of our client's fight to the orb. Did he have this up his sleeve the whole time? How could Wright do this to me? We're just waiting to spring this trap. This thing really said, "Heh." This trial's taken another unexpected turn. But I must mention, Mr. Wright, that you have yet to identify this murder weapon. The object you seen with the murder was not located at the scene of the crime. The murderer likely disposed of it elsewhere. Okay. Autopsy report. Well, I never thought we'd be deliberating the issue of a murder at a civil trial. Alright, Anderson, your testimony, please. Well, of course. So you haven't got a single case without a murder. Heh. Prepare to be dazzled. Dazzled by charismatic oration forged in the crucible of campaign battles. Alright. The rebels crying. That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought, all alone. I passed by the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Mr. Arbal. He was running out of the front door. It was around 10 at night. Surely that must have been him fleeing to the scene of the crime. From the scene of the crime. A vote for me is a vote to end such violence. That is my promise to you. So the plaintiff saw a suspect fleeing from the doctor's residence, and it was within the window of the estimated time of death. Dr. Ball, what the fuck were you doing then? Okay. Seems our ball was loitering about Crane Village that day. Due to evidence he was in Doctor's study as well. Isn't that right, Justice? Yeah, but the suitcase. I mean the suitcase. Exactly. He must have been there, in a rush to leave that behind. Oh, and by the way, Your Honor, Mr. Arbal just so happens to be sitting in the gallery today. Yeah. See? That's him trying to escape as we speak. Bailiff, don't let that man get away. Right, you motherfucker. Why are you doing this to me? I forgot Wright met him in the Curine, I mean. The counsel / defense may question the plaintiff witness once more. Alright. So why were you taking a walk? Society is inundated with serious problems that must be solved, and as a politician, I'm always on the job, thinking hard about possible solutions to even my walks. Thanks for the non-answer, bitch. Yeah, bro. Yeah, we're aware of the same sound character. Where exactly were you when you saw Mr. Arbal? Right here, under this tree. Saw him dashing out Dr. Buff's front door. Okay. Right. And he didn't notice you. Nope, I was hidden by the tree. Is it really all that important to know where the plaintiff saw it? Sure. Yes, I believe it matters a lot. I guess I have please add to the testimony. I was under the tree when I saw Mr. Arbal. Press it anyway. What were you doing under that tree? Lack of lateral thinking. That is a politician's downfall. What? That is why, if I'm elected, I promise to think outside the box. With the bitch, the question was, what were you doing under the tree, Miss Ashton Wilkerson? So I can't expect a plebeian to understand my grand design. Oh yeah, try me, old lord of plebs. Yeah, this dude thinks he's a different person, bro. I swear, bro. When I play these not like this, that's crazy. Did you notice anything unusual? Yes, his behavior was incredibly suspicious. His eyes were darting all around as he ran off in total panic. As soon as I saw that, I knew he had done something, and it probably wasn't good. Despite that, you still didn't report it to the police. Who would have thought he'd killed Dr. Buff? Not me, that's why I didn't report him. So Winston... Yes. Okay. I'm gonna have to look at my evidence again. Do I still have this? I do. Okay, cool. You had no idea he was dead. In other words, you knew nothing. That, oh, I get it. That's cap. because there's a giant window and I had a clear view of his corpse. I'm truly ashamed of myself. What? There's been a gruesome murder in my beloved village. What a fool I've been. I was thinking only of the village's future and world peace. Seems like Ernest's attitude and industrious nature have come back to haunt me. Only politician would try to pass off self-aggrandizement as self-deprecation. All these big-ass words. We're fucked if they are. Well, let me tell you something. I could continue with the testimony, but I'm pretty sure this is the contradiction. If I showed them the diagram.
Objection!
Fuck off me. Mr. Addison Wilkerson, rather than Mr. Rabal, wasn't there something else that should have had your undivided attention? Like what? Oh yes, of course. A politician must also keep his finger on the electorate's purse and focus on the nation's. No, bitch, but you're way off. I am? Would you care to explain, young Justice? If the witness saw Mr. Rabal from the position here, then he should have also had a clear view of the doctor's body. After all, it was right next to a huge window. Why, I believe you have a point there. With the body that clearly visible to the witness, how the fuck did you not see it and report it to the police? God. Would Wins care to explain? My niggas sleep. Does this nigga fall asleep? Mr. Ashton? Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. Huh? Oh, there are many sides to any issue. What did I ever do to deserve this? Anyways, I'd like the court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness's testimony. Mr. Addison, did you really see Mr. Rabal? Yes. Where the fuck do you think you're going? Oh, I thought I returned to my seat, seeing as I already answered the question. Bitch, this is some small town hall debate, bitch. So you just stay right there until I say you're done, bitch. I'll ask her by my campaign manager before I... Mr. Addison, I think it's time for you to come clean. Huh? So then, does this mean he did see Mr. Rabal? As your lawyer, Miss Addison, I advise you divulge that matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. Are you sure about this? I'm in the midst of running for office. I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. Don't worry. You won't suffer any blowback from what you're about to reveal. Blowback? I don't know like the sound of that, right? Don't worry, Your Honor. Nothing untoward will come of this, I promise. Alrighty then, Justice. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? When I think about it, yeah, she did say that. Who was the one from the same with the body? About that, whoever it was, they want to remain anonymous. Right, happens now and then, doing it involved with police. Wait, so you're not saying that? Right, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was my client, Paula Addison. What? Gotta be shitting me. So you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen, quite admirably if I might say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous action, but I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest. What a real standard bearer he is, reporting it anonymously. Oh, and by the way, young Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body? Oh, you mean Arbal? He would have been leaving the doctor's office right around then. But wait, that means... Yes, it does. In short, What my client witnessed was Mr. Arbal fleeing the scene of a heinous murder. Ah! That's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Arbal looked exceedingly suspicious, and that's putting it mildly. We already know the Defiant Dragon threatened the Doctor with bodily harm. And now that they've killed him, the so-called Orb Transfer Agreement is null and void. Ah! Oh my god, well that makes sense, right? Because they don't have any reason to attack him, right? They were gonna give him the orb as long as they don't attack him. So there's no point in attacking him, because like, I don't, there's, Apollo, if you don't come with some sort of counter-argument, and what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Arbal who killed the Doctor? That move had desperate been all over it. Shut up, bitch, that's all I've got. Evidence, you say? I suppose it's true that I don't have any. Huh, I knew it. But I do have another witness. But you do? You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Arbal's guilt. A new witness? I wonder who it could be. Alrighty then. Bailiff, please summon our new witness.